ready?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, so we're gonna do balls today. Sometimes we do balls to the wall, balls on the ground, but we're gonna play with our balls. And on Thursdays, we play with our balls. And what I mean is we're gonna do a myofascial release in the fascia of our body, in your feet, in your butt, in your back, in your neck. So, are you ready to play with your balls? All right, you guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're gonna play with our balls. And so grab your balls, tennis balls, squishy balls, cork balls, whatever balls you have. And we're gonna start by rolling out our feet. So grab your balls, find a place to stand. And if you don't have really good balance today, grab a wall. You can hold onto a wall or a chair as we do this. And we're gonna start with one foot. We'll pause, and then we will do the other foot. So let's find mountain pose, shake it out, roll it out. Take 3 deep breaths here. 2 more. Grounding down into the feet. And then if it's available, close your eyes and take 3 more breaths and sense down into your roots. Feel your feet. Take a moment to arrive. Roll your shoulders down and back. And take 1 more big breath here as you exhale, let everything go. All right, open your eyes. We're gonna get right to rolling it out. So pick a foot, any foot, and we're gonna start with that rolling or painting of the foot, where we're gonna roll from toes to the heels, back and forth. So imagine if the ball had paint all over it. You wanna get the paint from the ball all over your foot. So we want to go on the inside, we want to go on the outside, in the middle, and we start by this washing machine kind of movement, this agitation. We're getting everything moving and grooving and waking up the body. It's a great little reflexology trick to roll out our feet. All right, so once you feel like you've got it all rolled out, we're going to start at the toes. So the heel comes on the ground, your toes come on the ball. What I like to do is fan the toes, kind of spread the toes, and start to press the toes into the ball. So the toes go up towards the ceiling, right? And so the toes is where our sinuses live, headaches, migraines. And then the toes, fanning the toes. So spread the toes, toes are on the ball, take the big toe to the ground, little toe to the ground, back and forth a couple times there, or back to that, pressing the toes up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath, look up, and then we're gonna move to the ball mound of the foot. So right there where the toes meet the foot. And I just do this movement, it's either a typewriter movement, side to side, pushing down as much or as little as you want. And then sometimes I like to make tiny little circles there. So focusing on the ball mound of the foot for a moment. Every now and then take a deeper breath in and out. And then we'll move to the middle of the foot, right? So that basic movement of side to side like a typewriter, anywhere there in the middle of the foot, or if you like those tiny little circles. And again, push down as much or as little as you want, working our way to the middle of the foot and then to the arch of the foot. So meet me at the arch of the foot, and we're gonna do that move called scraping the gum off our flip-flop. Where I'm just taking the ball in the arch and like scraping it down. Right? So if you stepped in gum before, you know this move. And then I'm going to take that move on the outer edge. So still staying in the middle of the foot, the outer edge of the middle of the foot, like so where our spleen lives. And I do that same movement, kind of scraping the gum off the flip-flop. Anything else there in the middle of the foot, and then you're going to work your way towards your heel. So I'm going to put the toes on the ground, heel on the ball. And so our heel is kind of the toughest part. You're gonna push down, breathe, and then I'm gonna scrape the gum on the inside and on the outside of the heel. And this is typically where I tend to lose my balls. They will get away from you. So back and forth on the heel there. Ooh, and then find the ball in the middle of the heel and come into mountain pose and just lift your other heel up and just see what that feels like. You can stay here, or you can come into our tree on the ball, lifting one leg up, and we'll take that leg down. And then we're gonna roll out back towards the toes. So go back to the middle of the foot, anything you wanna revisit there. Take a deep breath, how's the breath? Moving up towards the ball mound of the foot, and back to the toes. Stretch out the toes again. Oh, this is so good to do every day. And then we'll rinse it out. So back to that washing machine or painting the foot. And a few more breaths here. We'll find a good stopping point. And then we'll let that go and come back to mountain pose. Shake everything out, find your mountain, and see what you notice. And if it's available, close your eyes, right? So taking a moment to feel, to sense, to notice any difference of that foot we just rolled and the foot we didn't. And then let's grab your ball and let's move to the other foot, right? So we're gonna start by rolling and rinsing, washing, painting, right? This foot. So heel to toe. Again, you can hold onto a wall or a chair, and then pushing down as much as you need to, want to, right? And breathe. And if it hurts, don't do it, right? Back off of it a little bit. And notice the breath. Notice how the breath may change. And every now and then take a deeper breath in and out than before. Good. Woo. All right, once we feel like we've got it washed out, we're gonna go to the toes. So the same thing we did on the other foot. I'm gonna spread the toes wide. And I like to start by pressing my toes up the ball, up towards the ceiling. Kind of flexing the toes up. You can fan the toes and take the big toe to the ground, little toe to the ground. Is anything here in the toes? All right, one more breath there. And then moving to the ball mound of the foot where the lungs are, right? So toes, ball mound of the foot, I think respiratory system, sinuses, right? So I really like to roll out the toes, the ball mound. Oh, it feels so good. You might feel some scrunchies in there. Not scrunchies, but crunchies. Right? So back and forth like a typewriter or making tiny little circles there. And take a deep breath. Look up, lift the heart. From the ball mound moving towards the middle or the center of the foot. Right? So I might like do a little back and forth, side to side, or circles there. Right? Oof. Ah. Making any sounds that need to come out, and then finding our way to the arch of the foot. So we're gonna scrape the gum off the arch of the foot. Balls on the arch and just scraping the ball off. So I do that on the arch, and then I move to the outer edge of the foot, right, the pinky side, and I do that same movement. So a couple times. Okay. Listen to the body. I'm gonna go back to the middle of the foot. Ooh, ah. E. And then we'll work our way towards the heel, right? So again, you can hold on to a wall, a ledge, right? I'm gonna move the heel side, and then pushing down on the heel nice and hard, and then going back to that scraping of the gum. We're gonna go on the inside and the outside. Couple breaths here. Right? And so that heals that hardest part, finding our way to the middle of the heel and coming into mountain, and then just lift up your other heel and do that a couple times up and down. And you can stay there or bringing all of our body weight onto the ball by coming into that tree on the ball. Okay? We'll lower down, and from the heel, working our way back up to the toes. So take your time. You're gonna revisit the middle, right? So that rock and roll side to side, typewriter, tiny circles, ball mound of the foot, and then back to our toes, right? Little time on the toes. And once you get back to the toes, we're gonna finish the way we ended and rinse it out. So back and forth, heel to toes, inside, outside, and again, pushing down as much or as little as you want. Take a nice deep breath here. We're gonna find a good stopping point, and we'll come back into mountain, shake it off, roll it out. 3, really deep breaths here, coming to the top of the inhale, bottom of your exhale. See what you notice in your feet, up your legs. Really deep, big belly breath in and out. And that's gonna do it for our feet. All right,